Good day to you children. Welcome to your lines and angles mathematics class. Today we will be solving the remaining examples from exercise 3.3. So in the first main was given to you as a homework, so I'll start solving the questions from second main. In the second question, in figure, angle x is equal to 62 degrees. They have given you a triangle xyz in which angle x is equal to 62 degrees. Angle xyz, that is the square triangle, angle xyz, this whole angle is equal to 54 degrees. If yo and zo are the bisectors of angle xyz and xzy respectively, yo and zo bisect these angles into two equal parts, so they are called as the angle bisectors. So if they are the angle bisectors of the angles xyz and xzy in triangle xyz, then find angle OZY, that is this angle OZY, and angle YOZ, this angle OZY and angle YOZ. Our job is to find these two angles. So solution: given triangle XYZ with angle x is equal to 62 degrees, angle XYZ is equal to 54 degrees, and YO ZO as angle bisectors. Now, in triangle XYZ, we know the values of two angles. One angle x is 62 degrees and angle XYZ is 54 degrees. We can find the value of angle XZY by applying the angle sum properties of triangle, which states that in any triangle, the sum of the three interior angles is always equal to 180 degrees. Now in triangle XYZ, angle x plus angle XYZ plus angle XZY is equal to 180 degrees. Write the reason: angle sum property of any triangle, angle sum property. This implies angle x is 62 degrees, it is given, plus XYZ, angle XYZ is 54 degrees, plus angle XZY is equal to 180 degrees. This implies 2 plus 4, 6, 6 plus 5, 11, 116 degrees, plus angle XZY is equal to 180 degrees. This implies angle XZY is equal to 180 degrees minus 116 degrees, which is equal to 64 degrees. Name this as result 1. Now we know that YO and ZO are angle bisectors. That means they divide the angle into two equal parts. This implies angle OYZ is equal to half of angle XYZ. This small angle OYZ will be half of the bigger angle XYZ, because YO divides that angle into two equal parts. So this is equal to half into 54 degrees. 2 1s are 2 2s are 7s are, which is equal to 27 degrees. This implies angle OYZ is equal to 27 degrees. Similarly, ZO as an angle bisector, we get angle OZY is equal to half of angle XZY, because ZO divides the angle XZY into two equal parts. So we can write it as angle OZY is equal to half of angle XZY, which is equal to half into 64 degrees. From result 1 we know that value of angle XZY is 64 degrees. So 2 ones are 2 threes are 2 32 degrees. This implies angle OZY is equal to 32 degrees. Name this as result 2 and this as result 3. In the question we were supposed to find the value of angle OZY and we got the value of angle OZY to be 32 degrees. This completes half of our solution. Now in triangle OYZ, that is the smaller triangle, this triangle OYZ, we know the value of the angle OYZ and angle OZY. All we have to do is find the value of angle YOZ by applying the angle sum property. So now in triangle OYZ, angle OYZ plus angle OZY plus angle YOZ is equal to 180 degrees because of angle sum property of a triangle. This implies OYZ is equal to 27 degrees plus 32 degrees plus angle YOZ is equal to 180 degrees. We got those values from results 2 and 3. Now simplifying, 9 plus 2 9, 2 plus 3 5, 59 plus angle YOZ is equal to 180 degrees. This implies angle YOZ is equal to 180 degrees minus 59 degrees, which is equal to 121 degrees. Therefore, value of angle YOZ is equal to 121 degrees. This is our required solution. We had to find the value of angle YOZ, which was equal to 121 degrees, and the value of angle OZY is equal to 32 degrees. This is our required solution for the second question. Moving on to the third question. In figure, if AB is parallel to DE and angle BAC, this angle BAC is equal to 35 degrees and angle CDE is equal to 53 degrees, find the value of angle DCE. We are supposed to find the value of this angle. So first solution, given angle BAC is equal to 35 degrees, angle CDE is equal to 53 degrees. So now we know that AB is parallel to DE and AE is the transversal. E is the transversal. Now just by looking at the figure, AB is parallel to DE and AE acts as our transversal, we can see that angle BAC is equal to angle CED. This angle 35 degrees will be equal to this angle because they are a pair of alternate interior angles. So write it down. Let's write it down. Angle BAC is equal to angle CED because they are alternate angles. This implies angle CED is equal to 35 degrees. We know the value because it has been given to us. Now in triangle CDE, now we know the values of two angles in the given triangle. We can find the value of the third angle by applying the angle sum property. Now in triangle CDE, angle CDE plus angle DCE plus angle CED is equal to 180 degrees. because angle sum property of the triangle, which says the sum of all the interior angles of a triangle is equal to 180 degrees. So this implies angle CDE, which is given to us. Then they have told us that angle CDE is 53 degrees plus angle DCE. We don't know the value of angle DCE. That is what we are supposed to find. So keep it as it is. Angle DCE plus angle CED. We found out the angle CED is equal to 35 degrees, which is equal to 180 degrees. So this implies, on simplifying, we get 88 degrees plus angle DCE is equal to 180 degrees. This implies angle DCE is equal to 180 degrees minus 88 degrees, which is equal to 92 degrees. This is the solution to the given question. Therefore, angle DCE is equal to 92 degrees. It is an obtuse angle. Moving on to the fourth question. In figure, if lines PQ and RS intersect at point T such that angle PRT is equal to 40 degrees, angle RPT is equal to 95 degrees, and angle TSQ is equal to 75 degrees, find the value of angle SQT. We have to find the value of this angle. So first, solution. Given, let us write down given angle PRT is equal to 40 degrees, angle RPT is equal to 95 degrees, and angle TSQ is equal to 75 degrees. Our job is to find the value of angle SQT. So if we look at the figure, we can see two triangles here. So first, let us concentrate on the first triangle PRT. So in triangle PRT, angle PRT plus angle RPT plus angle PTR is equal to 180 degrees because of angle sum property of a triangle. Angle sum property. Let's say sum of all the interior angles is equal to 180 degrees. This implies we know the value of angle PRT, it is given to us, which is equal to 40 degrees plus similarly angle RPT is 95 degrees plus angle PTR is equal to 180 degrees. So now this implies 135 degrees plus angle PTR is equal to 180 degrees. This implies angle PTR is equal to 180 degrees minus 135 degrees, which is equal to 45 degrees. This is our result 1. So we found out that this angle PTR, this angle is equal to 45 degrees. Now angle PTR is equal to angle STQ, because when two lines intersect each other, we get two pairs of vertically opposite angles, and in the first section of this chapter we studied a theorem that stated when two lines intersect each other, the vertically opposite angles are equal. That was the theorem which we learned in the first section. So if angle PTR is 45 degrees, then angle STQ is also equal to 45 degrees. So let us write it down. Since PQ and RS intersect intersect, angle PTR is equal to angle STQ, because they are a pair of vertically opposite angles. So this implies angle STQ is equal to 45 degrees. From result 1, we found the values of angle PTR from first result. So now let us concentrate on the second triangle. In the second triangle, now we are aware of the values of two angles. We are supposed to find the value of third angle. So once again applying the angle sum property. So in triangle SQT, angle SQT plus angle TSQ plus angle QTS is equal to 180 degrees because of angle sum property. Always remember to write the reasons because they have marks. So now angle SQT, we don't know the value, so keep it as it is, SQT plus TSQ. TSQ, they have given us the value to be 75 degrees, and QTS, which we found out, QTS or STQ, both are one and the same. So they represent the same angle, which is equal to 45 degrees is equal to 180 degrees given. So now angle SQT plus 5 plus 5 0 1 7 4 11 12 120 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. On simplifying, you will get angle SQT is equal to 60 degrees. This is our required solution for the question. Fifth question. In figure, if PQ is perpendicular to PS, and PQ is parallel to RS, and angle SQR, that is this angle SQR is equal to 28 degrees and angle QRT is equal to 65 degrees, then find the values of X and Y. So before going to the solution, let us write down given PQ is perpendicular to PS. This implies whenever they say perpendicular, the angle formed at the junction or the vertex will be equal to 90 degrees. So angle QPS is equal to 90 degrees. Now also they have told us angle SQR is equal to 28 degrees and angle QRT is equal to 65 degrees. So now in triangle SQR, angle QRT is exterior. If you look at triangle SQR, this triangle, angle QRT is the exterior angle to this triangle, and from the exterior angle theorem we know that the exterior angle is equal to the sum of interior opposite angles. So this implies angle QRT is equal to angle SQR plus angle QSR. Angle QSR. Name this as result 1. Write the reason exterior angle theorem. Exterior angle theorem. Now we know that PQ is parallel to SR and SQ is the transversal. SQ is the transversal. So this implies X is equal to angle QSR because they are alternate angles. since PQ is parallel to RS or SR and this is the transversal, then X is equal to this angle QSR, because they are a pair of alternate angles. So put this, now name it as result 2, put 2 in equation 1. So we'll get angle QRT is equal to angle SQR plus X. So this implies QRT is 65 degrees plus is equal to 65 degrees is equal to 28 degrees plus X. This is given. The values are given. So now let us simplify for X. This implies X is equal to 65 degrees minus 28 degrees, which is equal to 37 degrees. Name this as result 1. Now in triangle, in the upper triangle, that is this triangle PQS, we are supposed to find the value of y. We found x is equal to 37 degrees. So now to find y, let us consider the triangle QPS. Let us write it down. Now in triangle QPS, angle QPS plus angle x plus y is equal to 180 degrees because of angle sum property. So this implies angle QPS is equal to 90 degrees because they have told us that PQ is perpendicular to PS. So whenever there is a perpendicular, the angle is 90 degrees. And we found the angle of x to be 37 degrees plus y is equal to 180 degrees. So this implies 127 degrees plus y is equal to 180 degrees. This implies y is equal to 180 degrees minus 127 degrees, which is equal to 53 degrees. This implies angle y is equal to 53 degrees. This is our second result. So we were supposed to find the values of x and y, and we found x is equal to 37 degrees and y is equal to 53 degrees. This is the solution to the question. In the last question, the figure in the side QR of triangle PQR is produced to point S. If the bisectors of angle PQR, that is QT, and angle PRS, that is TR, meet at point T, then prove that angle QTR, this angle QTR is half of angle QPR. So now solution: given QT and RT are the angle bisectors. So therefore in triangle PQR, look at the triangle PQR, PRS is the exterior angle for this triangle. So exterior angle is always equal to the sum of interior opposite angles. So in triangle PQR, angle PRS is equal to angle QPR plus angle PQR because of the exterior angle theorem. So this implies angle QPR is equal to, just by rearranging, angle QPR is equal to angle PRS minus angle PQR. Name this as result 1. Now consider the triangle QTR. In triangle QTR, if you look at the figure, then you will find that angle TRS is the exterior angle to this triangle. So angle TRS is the exterior angle, and it will be equal to angle QTR plus angle TQR, because it is because of the exterior angle theorem. Exterior angle theorem. So this implies angle QTR, on rearranging we get angle QTR is equal to angle TRS minus angle TQR. Name this as result 2. Now since QT and RT are the angle bisectors, which means they have bisected, they have divided the angles into two equal parts, angle bisectors. This implies angle TRS is equal to half of angle PRS. It is half of that bigger exterior angle, and similarly angle TQR is half of angle PQR. So name this as result 3. So substitute these values of angle TRS and TQR in result 2. Put result 3 in 2. We get angle QTR is equal to half of angle PRS minus half of angle PQR. Half of common, so angle QTR is equal to half of PRS minus PQR. From result 1 we know that angle PRS minus angle PQR is nothing but angle QTR is equal to half of angle QPR from 1. So we were supposed to prove that angle QTR is equal to half of angle QPR, and the end result which we got here is the same. So this is the solution to our last question. This completes your chapter lines and angles. Thank you.